Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being patient there while we had a quick 5-minute break. It is the GameStar Spring Series, the inaugural night running for just over a month here in the off-season of the HGC. My name is Kit Fox. Thank you so much for being here. I'm joined once again by my co-caster, Knight Geo, my man. We just saw a fantastic game between Rinse and Delete and Capital. It was a best of 3, and if you had just joined us, Capital came out with a win. It was a 2-0, but honestly, the scoreboard doesn't really reflect what happened there, Geo.
Oh, it was actually a lot closer when you really think about it. The first game, Capital slow to start. Rinse had a good positioning. Second game, kind of had the same deal, but Capital were able to, I guess, if you really want to think about it, learn on their feet. They understood what was happening. They understood the team composition Rinse and Delete were doing and how they were playing it, and then learned literally how to counteract it within minutes. And that is signs of a very strong team. They've definitely learned from their split in Open Division. So going to next season with Open Division, I'm definitely keeping my eye out for Capital. They look strong.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Aureus leading the charge there. His tank play is absolutely A1. We saw what he could do on Urel, and I'll be honest, I was a little bit surprised that Rinse and Delete actually allowed that to slip through the ban phase, considering what we saw on Battlefield of Eternity, to allow that to happen again on Volskaya. 2 out of 2 games, we saw Ardent Defender given the flick, and we had the Sacred Ground come out, and basically you really couldn't have asked for more perfect play from Aureus there on the Urel. But, I mean, it had to be said, the other tank as well on the side of Capital was fantastic. Tyrann on the Garrosh and ETC for both of those games. Those two on the front line are a force to be reckoned with. So if you're in Open Division next season, definitely keep an eye out for those ones. But that is enough about that game, Gio, because we have got a game coming up between multiple units, and we left school for this.
This is going to be a really good one. On one hand, you've got We Left School for This. They topped Open Division. They're going towards Premier. I don't know how that's going to work out really, but they've definitely shown that they're a team to beat. Dangerous team. Look for macro play, they've got it. Look for rotations, they've got it. When it comes to team fights, they just know how to target, and they're looking scary. On the other side, you got multiple units, and they're just a team full of well-known names. You got Coffee.
Yep.
You know this team. They got the skills. They've got the capabilities, and also the level. Do they have the teamwork is a question, and well, we're going to probably see that come next game, really.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the skill, they've got the swagger, they've got everything you need to take away wins. This really excites me because both of these teams are filled to the brim with known players. And what I've especially loved about, because this is an off-season tournament, normally a few players would be like, oh, you know what, maybe not. But the way that ANZ has rallied together, especially over the last year and a half or so, has been absolutely fantastic. And to have this sort of support for an off-season tournament is great. You've got Premier Division teams coming out and turning up. Granted, Mindfreak didn't show up, but you've got Impenetrable Hill. I mean, they're currently in this tournament as White Girl Wasted. So, I mean, it's great to see. You've got both the pros and the semi-pros getting together, but multiple units. You've got Altivian, Coffee, Shadow, Jesmes, Gondo, Xyliance as the sub. I mean, Xyliance is one of the best Maevs going around. His Samurai play is legendary. I mean, you pop your head into ANZ chat and it'd be like popping into Barons without hearing about Mancrick's wife. There's always something about Xyliance going on in there. It's fantastic. Then over on the side of We Left School for This, you've got the Spanner himself, Tanner. You've got Caladrius, LG, Helium, Jester, and Giza as well. So like we said, if this was a Christmas stocking, it would be overflowing with candy.
Honestly, it would be. And also something you would kind of want to see, I guess, grand final material, really. You want to talk about, like, top teams, top performance. If anything, what we're going to expect, we saw in a previous best of 3, well fought out early game. Could this probably going to be the same case? Great rotations, great map awareness, something that you lower ranks you don't really notice. It's like, I just kill, dive in, jump in, why not? This is a bit different. This is much more intellect comes into it, and that's what makes a really great HOTS game.
And that's it. And for game number 1, it looks like we are going to be going over to I'm loving this tonight, ladies and gents. It's Tomb of the Spider Queen. We've had both of my favourite maps in the previous two games. But, Gio, where do you rate Tomb? I love it because mages. You don't see a lot of mages coming out in most maps. You Dragon Shy. Granted, we saw the Kael'thas in the previous game, but often you don't see that. This is one of the maps where you often prioritise a mage. You prioritise the Janny. You prioritise the Gul'dan. Anyone that has amazing wave clear. We could even see another Kael'thas. But only time will tell. But if you're a betting man, Gio, who would you be putting your chips down on?
Oh, this is a little bit difficult. I mean, I'm just gonna go with my guts blazing, and I just feel in terms of teamwork, coming towards Team of Spider Queen, I'm a fan because I like the idea of it's very team orientated, and so we left school for this. Have my money on them. Just got to get that right zone potential. If you can deny any turn-ins, that works wonders. And right off the bat, Genji being banned, that's a given. Diablo being banned, I think we're noticing a trend here, Kit. Happening already for good old Down Under HGC.
Yeah, these guys have been watching their heroes esports, which is great to see. They've been paying attention to the regions like Korea, obviously tuning into the BlizzCon streams as well. They were fantastic. Diablo, Genji, this time Garrosh as well. So, like you said, currently trending, #Dibbles, #Genji, #consistent bans. There's Mal'Ganis too.
Yeah, why not? Just throw him in the mix. But this leaves what? Maiev still available. Could be picked up. It's a shame we're talking about majors. Chromie, unfortunately, receiving the nerfs and kind of losing it out. But
I miss Chromie so much.
But speaking of majors, have you tried out Orphea? She's actually kind of...
I actually have not yet, but I will be because I do love me some mage action. Currently still main in the the Kel'Thuzad. Can't believe I messed that one up. But Phoenix, here we go for the first time in the game. It's going to be locked in for We Left School for this.
And right off in retaliation, Amurda and Tyrande. Great front line. Tyrande in back with BlizzCon, technically speaking, despite the matches with Mind Freak and Leftovers, had 100% pick and ban rate, if you don't count those matches. So, Tyrande, absolute monster. You can see what they do. Lunar Flares are great. Both ultimates are wonders. I think Starfall might be helpful here, only because it can deny hand-ins. But Whitemane's left free to be picked, and so is Thrall. So this is looking strong for both teams so far.
We Left School for this have a rather strong draft. You've got their DPS locked in. So that will allow this final ban to be choked into a tank. I mean, you could send Phoenix up to the solo lane. He basically wrecks every solo lane, 1v1. Almost everything, I'll underscore that, with a few exceptions. But they're going to focus the Johanna, so that just sets the cards a little bit to be laid out as maybe some physical DPS coming from the side of multiple units.
Who would work? You got Reyna works, who got the Hyperion, can also zone out, has a bit away with a little bit, show me some pepper, get some little AoE there. Hanzo is still free, still available, could work. Stormbow build, not that popular, but it does deal a bit of AoE damage, can clear Mercs camps as well as minion waves quickly. Gul'dan being bound, that's one mage down. It comes down towards what multiple units are going to pick. They can still go for a mage build, but with Johanna ban, it is interesting as well, like you mentioned.
Let's see, only time will tell. One thing that teams are very good at in this region, Geo, is milking the clock for all it's worth. There we go. We've got the Maiev. We've got Reyna. Now, I don't know if I saw Zalians in the lobby. It's a very high possibility with the Maiev being picked. That's very telling. Zul now going to be locked in from We Left School for this. Malfurion will be the final one to round that out. Now, I've seen this once before, Geo. The Zul tank. I believe it was HGC Korea, and it is very difficult to pull off.
Has Mind Freak, We Left School for this, been boot camping in Korea for some weird unknown reason? Who knows? I'm a little bit of my brain's now racking through this. You got no real main take. You got double support. Thrall and Zul, in a way, going to be up in that front line. They have to be. I've got to deal with Amurda and the Maiev. The sustain coming out from We Left School for this can potentially keep them alive throughout any engage. But the Ragnaros, if they can get the right burst off, they can get a pick. Malfurion and Whitemane have no real mobility. Zul doesn't really have mobility either, so does Thrall, except for Windfury. It's a really positional warfare here. Maiev gets off. And I think that's where it's kind of a little bit dangerous right there.
Actually, ulti on the main. So unfortunately for the chat and the fans out there, not making the appearance tonight. Let's see these teams. You really have to say that we left for this something new, and what better place to do it in a competitive environment where the stakes are really that high, and you just want to try out a few, I don't want to say cheese strats, but unique strats. Let's just say that. So, ladies and gents, without further ado, let's get this game underway. It is game number 2 tonight of the game series. This time it is We Left School for This on blue versus multiple units on red. On blue, you've got Helium on white main, Tanner on Thrall, Jester on Phoenix, LG on Zul, and Caladrius on Malfurion.
Meanwhile, on towards the red team, we've got ourselves a good ulti on Maiev, Gondo on the Ragnaros, Jesmez on Muradin, Shadow on Tyrande, and finally Coffee playing the Reyna. And this is going to be great, good old battle warfare we have right here. Everyone grouping down towards the middle lane, looking for the first kill, but a great scout by Caladrius, able to showcase where everybody is. And, Kit, I don't know about you, but are you aware of the whole best of 3? As I say this, OG gets caught out. Well, thanks, bro. As I was talking.
It was a bit of an unlucky play there. We saw Maiev come in, and just as Zul tried to get away, the Umbral Bind connected thanks to the Spirit of Vengeance, and I was going to say Crimson, but multiple units. This is almost a super team that we've got here, ladies and gents. They take the first kill, and Caladrius, oh my god, gets absolutely minced in the mid lane, and a quick 2-kill advantage going over to multiple units.
We're talking about it in pick and ban phase. Again, it's having Jesmez with a great stun. Jester gets pulled up towards the Lunar Flare. Wow. And right like that, 3 for nothing. The skills and also the communication coming out from multiple units are looking scary. You know, kind of makes sense. They were able to 2-0 Waco Wested or Impenetrable Hill. And now ulti looking again against OG.
Jesmez tried to come in with the Stormbolt on Mura as well, was unable to find it. Ulti being very, very sneaky here on the Maiev, will get bone prisoned in place by LG, but this lad is just up creek without a paddle at the moment. White main trying her best to keep him up thanks to that Zeal passive. And, well, LG lucky to get away from that one. The precision chain CC coming out here from multiple units is just A1. We saw it in the previous game from both Capital and Rinse and Delete. But at this point in time, it's a 3-kill advantage to multiple units. The Lunar Flare will collect LG again. Bone Prism goes in, but I don't think all the heals in the world would have helped you there, my man. And he drops a lot of coin in that top lane. And now the zone is created for multiple units. Coffee just getting a little bit cheeky on the Reyna, a bit ambitious, let's say that. Tries to get the penetrating round away. Completely whiffed it in the end, but does have Sippy Cup. Will drink deep and then get his way back into lane.
Ulti, as well as Jesmez, and finally Shadow. That coordination, that teamwork, they're getting the right picks, and Coffee's just clean up with all the damage he can do. So, him picking up, I think he's not running Ace in a Hole. I would have thought Ace in a Hole would have worked wonders, that extra 15% damage. But instead, he's gone for a little bit more pepper damage, get the better marksman. So, later on, he'll hurt. Right now, not so much, but he's still doing quite wonders, and now Caladrius has to be careful. Great route on towards Jesmez, denying another pick. And we left school for this looking a little bit, I guess, sloppy, or it's just their team composition, not able to tank up what Ulti can do.
And Ulti more than happy to hand in 22 gems into the bank. Helium, the corner, Jesmez, meanwhile, Fury entangling roots are not enough to save him. Ulti will more than comfortably Voltants right out of that coming his way. And the tank lineup. This stadium, Geo, is really not working for We Left School for this. LG is going in as deep as he can. I mean, it's probably to try it, but unfortunately, the chain stun is just too strong for multiple units. We've seen that happen time and time again tonight. Now, at sub 4 minutes, the first Web Weavers will be going down in favour of MU.
And I have to be very careful. We're getting another fight happening around. Coffee's now caught out.
Yeah, the entangling roots goes in. LG tries to secure the kill, goes deep. There's no support. You've got Malfurion and Whitemane trying to keep him alive. There's no damage. What you need there is a DPS. And Sun, you had absolutely zero. LG goes down, Malfurion goes down, and this double support Zul tank is, look, we said it was new. It's obvious it's new, but with the skill cap that you've got on multiple units, they know how to read any strat that you throw at them. This is a combination of two of the best teams in Premier Division here that we're seeing on screen, ladies and gents, so don't be surprised at the results you're seeing at the moment. But having said that, very early stages of the game, not even 5 minutes in, but a 2-level advantage and a 7-kill advantage in favour of multiple units.
And multiple units are doing quite wonders. In fact, Ulti is going in yet again. They're looking to get something. They're going to get a pick up on Caladrius. That was nice.
great pincer play coming out there from the team of multiple units. Now that will force the Molten Core out from Gondo. Will secure the kill onto Thrall, and it is just kill city, yo, kill city. Up here is Spider 9, in fact, in favor of multiple units. This is going to be a very, very quick game. We've just hit the 5-minute mark, and already there's pressure onto the mid fort. Ulti goes in again. LG's going to get caught out. Jesmez with the Stormbolt, and this is it's hard to watch, Geo. Let's just say that. I really do feel for We Left School for this at the moment. Multiple units are dominant. Valkyria Smash comes through as well, and will take down Malfurion. And multiple units, they hit level 10, 11 kills advantage. They're going to take the camp away from We Left School for this, and it is nasty stuff here on field 5 minutes.
There's so much that's happening. Multiple units. Yes, a team of, well, friends, all high level, but members from the Premier League. They're showing to We Left School for this, look, hey, you're going to handle with the big dogs. Can you really take it on? This is what you're going to be facing day in, day out. Credit to We Left School for this, despite being so easily interrupted early on. The idea was, if you're playing a best of 3, cheese strats in your first game can, in a way, catch people off guard and get yourself a free victory. And that's probably what we're seeing We Left School for this, trying out, getting the Zul tank. But multiple units, they had a calm mind, calm head, great rotations, great play, and just absolutely showcasing their talent right now.
They really are flexing their muscles as a dominant team in this competition at this time. I mean, it is only night number 1, game number 2, so a lot has been left unseen or unsaid at the moment, but if first impressions are anything to go by, multiple units, definitely a team to watch. Canna taking a lot of damage, Deal trying to keep him up. Yeah, Helium on the white lane now, in goes the Warning Spade. Valkyria Smash! Oh my god, they absolutely dunked We Left School for this. A big double Sulfura Smash, thanks to the Warden's Cage knockback, and as well as the Lunar Flare. Oh man, this is nasty. This is absolutely nasty, and multiple units. Weird flex, but okay, I'll allow it. And we haven't even hit the 8-minute mark yet. Multiple core now being popped here in the mid lane, and they're going for the core. The spawn timers aren't really long at this point. The Haymaker as well, and point in time, this is just CDM stuff coming out here. Yes, will finally get taken down, but a 4-man Mayhem Storm sends the wheels of this packing for an incredibly deflated coming into game number 2. 7 minutes and 44 seconds.
In 7 minutes, they got 19 kills. That's insane. That's 7.20. That's nearly 3 kills a minute. And yes, I had to do quick calculations in my mind out loud. That was great. You know, I haven't been to school for a while, so stay in school, kids. But multiple units absolutely dismantled We Left School for this. I kind of feel a little bit sad. I don't know what to say. It was just great teamwork, great coordination. The instant ulti went in, grabs the Umbral binding and pulls them in. Jesmez straight up gets a stun. Then you got the Lunar Flare coming out. It was CC after CC after CC. We saw that in the previous game where if you get the chain CC, how dangerous that is. They just played a lot better, multiple units in this one, and it really caught We Left School for this off guard. I'm highly expecting a Maiev ban going towards next game.
Yeah, well, I respect the fact that We Left School for this wanted to try something different, and I respect the fact that they've tried to do it in the competition that they have. Unfortunately, multiple units, probably not the best team to try it out against, but hey, if you don't try it against the best, this is the other side of the coin. If you don't try it up against the best, how do you know it's going to work? You can say it works on a lower ranked team, then all of a sudden you run into a team like this, and then it just doesn't work. So hopefully it's a strat that they can perfect, but you really have to tip your hat to the way multiple units played that game. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a very, very short break, and we'll be back with game number 2 here of multiple units versus We Left School for this. You're watching the GameStar Heroes of the Storm Spring series.